Hey guys, how are you? Just jamming here and sleeving up some wonderful 90 junk wax. Your basketball cards. Yeah, basketball cards. That's not why we're here, though. We're here to look at a few boxes and a new sort of storage thing that I came up with. And Chris, actually, you're involved. Hey, Dylan, what's up, buddy? Have a good morning. I'm sure you're just waking up out there. And I wonder how those waves are going. I know in California they're a little crazy right now on the waves. So I don't know what you guys are doing. I don't know whether your buoys are bobbing out there or whether it's all normal. I am. You would love this stuff here, Zach. This is Dennis Rodman, right? So I'm in the process of finally cleaning out some cards and putting them on eBay. I've got thousands of cards. I gave away hundreds of thousands of cards recently. When I say gave away, I traded and or sold a lot of junk wax stuff for store credit, as I've said, and then I sold some poor lady about 20,000 football cards from the 90s. So I'm getting ready to list a bunch of basketball cards. I probably have 2,000 basketball cards from the 90s, all the big hitters, but unfortunately they played in the 90s, and that don't mean nothing these days. Orlando, how are you, sir? Lou Rock, what's shaking, man? And of course, Don's here. No, it's not a Penguins hat, buddy. It's Manchester City, the greatest football team in the world. Let me run through here. Drew is here from Nebraska. Brent's here. Chris is here from Kakalaki. Lou Rock here in Florida. Don, you're somewhere in Nova, I assume. Dylan's in Hawaii. Zach is in Mad City or close to Mad City, just south of Mad City. Pittsburgh, Don. Yada yada. Orlando, you're in Miami, right? Wow, it's like the Benetton United colors of Benetton right now. Cooter, what's up? Cooter called me as I was walking into Texas Roadhouse today. Proudly finished a 16-ounce prime rib and then made off to buy some Fat Man pants at Costco right after that. So that was fun. We're going to look at some stuff. Okay, so again, I said I had an epiphany on how to store some of my stuff. And some of my stuff was a pain in the butt to store. Tiger727. Wonder if you're a Lions fan. If you are, I'm conflicted about tomorrow night. But if you are, good luck nonetheless. But I've got like boxes of stuff around my collection. It doesn't quite fit in places. So we're going to take a couple looks here. Larry Gitlin's here. I'm going to take a couple looks here at some stuff. Just some oddball stuff, which is fun. Maybe you haven't seen before. Maybe you have, and it'll bring back memories. So let's get going here. I'm going to bring up my trusty other camera. There. This is a 1999 Kodak Cooperstown collection Lou Gehrig, and it's kind of like a little 3D, if not more, film strip kind of thing in there. So I bought that from Michael a little while back. And I just thought that was kind of cool. Packer fan pulling for the Lions. It's a tough one for me because we're fighting the Lions for home field advantage and us Eagles, and it's a tough one. So here, yeah, this is this one. Dylan, what are you saying? More big waves are headed your way, maybe even bigger than the last swell. That's what she said. Anyway, this is from Mike O, 1999. Fun stuff. Just emptying out some boxes. Here's a little helmet with the Padres on it, and random wrappers from different wax sets. I think Drew might have given me some of these. I've collected them throughout the years. Here's 76. This might have been from Drew. So a bunch of wax stuff here, all sorts of wrappers from the days gone by. How about that? Look at those Donruss, huh? Don't quite know how to store them, but I tried to make a collage and put it in the painting, but it didn't quite work well. Or put it in a picture frame, didn't quite work well. Here's some giant photo wrappers from back in the early 80s. As you can tell, they came with one photo card. So Top's been ripping people off for years, people. $5 per set. So you can get these team sets. I know I have most of the Phillies. Don't know why they only picked the Red Sox, the Reds, the Phillies, the White Sox and Cubs, Texas and Houston, LA and California, and New York and New York. They didn't really care about the rest of the country, I guess. Some of those things there. Here's an old, I think this is an 81 Fleer, if I'm not mistaken, an 81 Fleer wrapper. Here is a some sort of oversized base card thing from some set, some weird set. Here's some more oversized stuff. Clayton Kershaw, Jose Ramirez. Here is a true box bottom. Boggs, Brett, Darrell Evans, and Andre Dawson in suspect condition. Here is a CeeLo wrapper. I don't know whether you guys have ever seen a CeeLo wrapper, but this is a CeeLo wrapper because you can see right through it. I guess that's why they call them CeeLo wrappers. Lou, I might have some of these extras if you want them. As you can tell, I got a bunch of 89s. This is probably right up your alley, you young kids. Here's an 89 Bowman. There's a hockey thing from Topps. This is the dreaded 80-81 Topps set that I was talking about a little while back. When I say while back, it means I think yesterday, where you had to rub off the team name and the player, the black over the team, and to get the team name and the player. I know, TJ. I'm just busting Don's chops. Don spent most of his life calling them CeeLo packs instead of cello packs. So now he's got me saying CeeLo, I guess. But yeah, you back in the day when I told my mom I was going to go rub one out, I meant the hockey cards. She may have thought I meant something different, but you used to have to scratch off to get the player name and the team name. Here's some stuff here. Speaking of hockey, here's some old 79, 80 team posters. Let me get rid of some of these wax stuff. Again, a lot of stuff I don't know how to store or don't have the urge to store. But these are some inserts from 79, 80 NHL set. So here's a fun one here. Whalers. Not sure how many people in the audience here remember the Whalers. They played in Hartford. Gordie Howe played for them. And some people will tell you to this day that it might have been the greatest. There's Gordie Howe right there. It might have been the greatest hockey or the greatest team logo of all times, where you have the H and a W and an actual whale tail. St. Louis Blues, Montreal Canadiens, the Blackhawks from Chicago, and look at these Kings outfits. So these guys look like they're playing for the local waste removal team. I have a plan for these. I have a new plan for these to display these a little bit better. I know we're not into hockey, but it's still fun for sure. Let's see. We got these little team helmets. Remember these guys? We should have the helmets, and you have to, back in my time, you had to actually put the stickers on yourself. There is a New England Patriots, an old school logo there. Funny, I think about these probably cost you 25 cents. There's the Bengals from Cincinnati. And there's a Montreal Expos little helmet. Imagine how much ice cream you could get in there. Not a lot. We got this little set here I got from, I think I got from Mike O a little while back. I haven't been able to trace these down, but these are something from I want to say from the 80s that celebrate the 1969 Miracle Mets. So there's Nolan Ryan. There's a Yogi Berra. The blank backs these are. Gil Hodges, of course, the manager. Wayne Garrett. A lot of people my age would remember Wayne Garrett. Nearly a ginger fella from third baseman for the Mets. There is Rube Walker. Got to have a Rube. What is that? Art Shamsky, I guess. Who's this guy here? Boy, I should probably put my glasses on, huh? Jim McAllister. Nope. Jim McAndrews, everybody. Jim McAndrews. This is a 70s card show. World premiere of Jim McAndrews and Art Weiss. So haven't been able to track these down. Again, I assume they're 25th anniversary type stuff from mid-1980s. Celebrate those Miracle Mets. Here is a sticker strip of stickers. Show you the back first. But this says Lance Parrish. Has all sorts of people on it. Rick Sutcliffe, Richard Dotson, Nolan Ryan, Lance Parrish, and Larry Herndon. This is part of, this is an uncut sheet of top stickers from 1980s or so. A couple coins from the 80s. Here's a Roger Clemens coin. I found a perfect way to store these, by the way. Here's a Ruben Sierra, who was at one point a 25-cent coin guy. Actually, it says $5 on there. If you look underneath the $5 or underneath the 25 cents, he was one time a $5 coin. Down to 25 cents. And hold on a second. We got some of these bigger Donruss cards. 85, big Donruss card. Another Donruss champion. And an 84. I have, if you haven't heard my Nolan Ryan collection story, I have every Nolan Ryan Playing Days card by Fleer, Donruss, Topps, Score, Upper Deck, whomever made a card that wasn't Venezuelan or Canadian. I have the Nolan Ryan Playing Days cards. Here's Donnie baseball coin. Here's some weird heavy ass coins. Tim Raines, Kevin Mitchell. These are like legit coins, folks. These will hurt you. Here's Kevin Mitchell, who many of us agree probably made one of the greatest catches in baseball history. And I think he's got a ring from 86. Tim Raines. Here is another Kevin Mitchell. It's a pin. In case you wanted to get go to a formal dance, you could pop a pin on declaring your love for Kevin Mitchell. More of these heavy coins. Who do we got here? I know we got some Howard Johnson, right? He may have won 2 rings, if I'm not mistaken, 84 and 86. Jose Canseco, nice little coin there. It's $1. He went from $5 to $1. And Joe Carter, who is the Bucky Dent of Philadelphia. And if you're not with Kevin Mitchell, then maybe you're on Team Eric Davis. So I'm not sure if any of you goobers bought these back in the day, but that's the thing. Yeah, there's Robin Yount. So if you're into that Milwaukee stuff, Robin Yount's there. What else we got? Almost done this box, and then we'll sit and talk and chat and all that fun stuff. What else we have? This is some sort of Beckett insert honoring Nolan Ryan. I don't know whether it's a tear out from the magazine or just some sort of advertisement that you go to the stores. More Nolan Ryan stuff. And when you see me with these question marks, it's when I got this Nolan Ryan stuff, there was a lot of Broder cards and a lot of interesting, there's Petro Canada, a lot of interesting items that I didn't quite know. There's a Nolan Ryan holograph and some other Nolan Ryan nonsense. And here we go. I know somebody, if I put this up on my store, this would go fast. This is the complete Corey Snyder MVP collection with the pin that's broken off of the pin tack and, of course, a 90 scorecard. You could buy, this tells you all the pins and all that stuff you could buy of all the players. So I really went through some stuff. Here's a Troy Aikman keychain. Haven't been able to quite find a place for that either. So a nice little keychain of Troy Aikman. And finally in here, hey, look at that. I got an old Seahawks helmet too. Finally in this box, I got myself some Nolan Ryan Deep Park Hospital card. So kind of a off license, even though they used his picture and the picture of the Astros. Sports Media, 1987. So I probably should put that in a little bit better protection. So, all right, going to load that box up. Also in that box was some of these current September 1989 current prices of cards. If you guys want me to look up a card price in 1989, let me know. Otherwise, I'm packing up my box here, as I used to say during my honeymoon. Throwing some stuff in. And then we'll say hi to everybody again. Hey, Mark Hoyle's here. Mark, good to see you. Let me run back here and see what I missed. I am not a Nolan Ryan homer. Let's see here. You just had dinner at the Cracker Barrel, right? Dr. Jim talked about Cracker Barrel today, Orlando, and the cards. I've seen some stuff there, mostly I think Panini stuff. Don't go to Cracker Barrel that often, but I have seen some cards there, that's for sure. Bam. What have you never seen before, Lou? I guess it's the Lou Gehrig thing. Maybe it's pretty wild. TJ saying hi, Double D. What's my oldest wax pack wrapper? I'd have to say 76, Dylan, 1976, which was in that pile there. I don't pay much attention to them, unfortunately. I should, but because they're so cool, man. Wax wrappers are so cool. And if you can find one that hasn't been crumpled up, because I know back in the day I used to tear open stuff, crumble it up, and either put it in my pocket or just throw it away. So, yeah, Drew had some. He gave some to me at the National. I'm surprised he didn't give any to you, Dylan, either. Jimmy Backus is here. I saw a guy online that made resin-based coasters out of old wrappers. I saw that as well. I didn't know it was resin. I just thought it was like a coaster wrapped in a wax pack, but that would be pretty cool. It'd even be pretty cool in lucite, just kind of floating around there. Even if you made a lucite block like 12 by 12 and just had them floating in there or curled up and balled up, that would be pretty badass if you ask me. See, I try to curse and I can't even do that. Lou's going down the rabbit hole. Wax packs, I would do that, Lou. Cooter, I try to find wrappers to include in the binder with each of my sets. Haven't cracked the 50s or 60s yet. Yeah, it's going to be tough, especially with the Bowmans. You got a lot of those Bowmans, I know. Busted my chops about Cello. We love Don. I think we love Don. Diamond Star and Gowdy wrapper, but you sold them. Wow, that's crazy, man. Why would you sell them? I'm sure because it was worth a lot of money, but I don't know if I've ever seen that stuff. And I assume it's either a 33 or a 34 Gowdy, right? Too many people named Don. I'm sorry, Don, not you, the other Don. Double D. I was like, man, I've been saying it wrong all these years. No, man, I get that Dylan with OPG, and people start saying OPG. I'm like, I don't know, man. I've been saying it wrong, but I was pretty sure about Cello for sure. It is easy to bust Don's chops, but Don takes it, and he's a very good guy. So proud to have both Dons here at one time. Whalers are now in Carolina. I know, Chris. I'm still not quite used to that. Hoping you're enjoying them down there. But Hartford Coliseum was a wonderful place. It was an arena wrapped by a shopping mall. So you could go to Sabaros, and then you could go to a hockey game. And I played there a couple times, Hartford Coliseum. I'm trying to think if it is the Hartford Coliseum, because there is a newer one and an older one. Yeah, I want to say Hartford Coliseum. No Colorado Rocky hockey. There was some Colorado Rockies back in the day, right? I think 73, the Rockies, Colorado Rockies, all that fun stuff. I suck at live chat, that's for sure. TJ, I'm way behind, so maybe I should catch up, huh? Old helmets, yada yada yada. Let's get off to some other stuff here. What do you want to see in the price guide, Orlando? Pick me a year, pick me a card. Okay. Hey, here we go. Let me have it, Orlando. 34 Gowdy. Oh no, you're saying 34 Gowdy wrapper. Pick me a card, Orlando. I'm ready to go. And this lists stuff as probably it'll tell us it's in mint condition, I'm sure. 52 tops. I've got the 52 tops, and they have Jackie Robinson depicted there. So 52 tops. You can get a complete set of 52 tops for $39,000. Gary, up there in Canada, you have a box coming your way. I lost track of it in Jamaica, Queens. That's as far as U.S. Customs goes. So sorry about my camera there. My phone's acting all glitchy, that's for sure. Let's see if I can change that. Okay. So 52 tops, 53 tops. Jackie, let's see. Jackie. I'm looking for Jackie. I see Jackie at $850. Campy. Trying trying to find Campy. Campy was probably pretty cheap, I would imagine. Card number for Campy. Anybody? Man, I'm getting lost here. The Eddie Matthews rookie was at $1,700. So Campanella, I'm sorry, is right there, $1,500. So Campy, wow, he was almost twice as what Jackie was. I think it's probably opposite now, right? I would think. 65 Carlton and the 73 Schmidt. Nobody cared about Steve Carlton. Well, I guess Steve Carlton was pretty popular in '89. Carlton is a 65. Lou Brock is depicted there. Not Lou Rock, but Lou Brock. Steve Carlton. Rookie. Carlton is 135 US dollars in 1965. Again, I'm thinking these are, I'm sure they have these listed as mint condition. Steve Garvey's your picture in 71, so we'll just blow past that. And Mike Schmidt, where's Schmitty? Schmitty is $275, 1973. So that was 1989. Mike Schmidt, I think, retired in 1989. So pretty hot topic back then. The Yaz rookie, $350 compared to the Mantle in 1960 at $300. So moving on from that, here's some fun stuff. Oh, man. How many of you have this? All right. So this is the top of a Keds box. I want to say 1970, uncut, and it's Johnny Bench, Bubba Smith, Willis Reed, and Stan Smith, who was a tennis player, obviously. So I got this, man. This has popped up, I think, in some sort of sale on Twitter or Facebook, and I had to have this because you don't see them that often. So full Johnny Bench Pro Keds box top, literally a box top. These are something I picked up recently in the collection. I threatened to give Cooter a couple of these a while back, but not from this, but from another collection I ended up not buying. But here's the Cracker Jack full sheets. Fun to see Banks, Spahn, Kiner, Snyder, Mays, Eddie Matthews, Robin Roberts, Hank Aaron. And then we get to the second page, which is Mantle, K-Line, Oliva, Harmon Killebrew. Looks like one of the stepbrothers, either Dale or Brennan, Bob Feller, Larry Doby, Brooks Robinson, and Whitey Ford. So fun little set there. Usually you find them all diced up as regular cards, but uncut sheets, 1982 Cracker Jack. Big guns in there. Not worth a lot, but I love the old guys. Here's something I have talked about and done a show on, the 79 Venerlandis World of Sport flick cards. And you're supposed to glue these things in and all that stuff, but this tells you how to flick these cards at the wall to knock down your friends' cards and go home gloriously victorious with a bunch of beat up cards, so that generations from then could question why you ever touched your cards in a hostile manner. But this is from England. This set has some pretty big hitters in it. I have a couple of them slabbed. I have the Ali slabbed, and I have the Pele slabbed. I know TJ out there has one of those, either Pele or Ali, but here's what they look like, and they're little tiny cards from England again. So we have boxers and Formula One folks, mostly English people in here. Here's some soccer or footy guys. Here's some golf stuff. You'll see some Jack Nicklaus in there, Tom Watson, and Gary Player. There's Lee Trevino. There's some rugby guys, and there are some jockeys. There are some cricketers, and there's even a shot putter in there. So we got everything going on there. And we have some runners, some tennis players, and some gymnasts. You'll see Chris Everett is in here. Bjorn Borg is in there, and a few other folks. But Chris Everett obviously was married to John Lloyd. That's where the Chris Everett Lloyd thing came from. So again, I have the other two, the Ali and the Pele. They're slabbed up and they're over in a case behind me. Really cool cards. The Ali one in particular has a bunch of bees around his head, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Pretty cool cards. Got that from England. It came with like 3 million stamps on there. And yeah, pre-sport flicks, Mookie, that's for sure. I got some pictures here, and I was told to never show them. But since then, the person who gave them to me said it was okay to show pictures. So there's Yaz before he gave his bat to Shelley Duvall. Here's more Yaz. Here's Yaz behind the camera. And here is, I can't figure what this out. Oh, this is interesting because it's a right-handed Yaz. You can tell he's right-handed because if you look, the BOS is backwards there on his uniform. I can only imagine that's perhaps, I don't know what field that is. Maybe that's Tiger Stadium. Maybe that's Connie Mack. Connie Mack Stadium had some high towers. I don't know what that's. That's Teddy? Oh, it is Teddy. I'm sorry. You're right. Boy, that looks like Yaz, though. Does that not look like that's Yaz? That's Teddy, right? And that's right-handed Teddy. I got you. You're right. I wasn't paying attention, Mark. Of course, if you've learned anything in life, you learn not to argue with Mark Hoyle because you won't win that argument. So other than a few things we try to keep private. So these are like type 25 photos. So back in the 80s, again, we have these photo packs. We have these photo packs. Again, these are things that I wouldn't buy by myself, but these are limited edition photo prints. Here's Oral Hershiser. And in here is your Kirk Gibson, Chris Sabo, Oral Hershiser, Darryl Strawberry, and Tony Gwynn photos. I'm telling you, if Chris Sabo were to ever start dating Taylor Swift, I will be an instant millionaire because I believe I have every card Chris Sabo ever spat out of his vajayjay. Barry Kola photography. Here's a nice Mike Schmidt. These are 8x10s or 8.5 by 10s. Here is Jose Canseco, another Barry Kola photo. Got our guy Don Mattingly. Here is, we have the resting Canseco and we have the thrusting Canseco right there. Dave Winfield, one of the most boring Hall of Famers ever. Here's a nice photo of a young Tony Gwynn. And here's the guy we all built our hopes and dreams on, Greg Jeffries. Love it. Another photo. This is not a Barry Kola, but these are something different. Collect NBA Hoops action photo team sets. So here's a Dennis Rodman getting beat up by a guy I think is the best all-around player in NBA history, and I used to love those high-top green cons. I think Michael Jordan's the greatest player ever, but I would, if I had to pick a guy to play all 5 positions, it would be Larry Bird. I'm sure he'd be successful at it. Dominique, Patrick Ewing, he lost to Villanova in the 1985 NCAA championships. Look at that. I got 2 Larry Birds. I don't know whether you want that, Mark Hoyle, but I got 2 of them. Here's some unwrapped. Hershiser, McGuire, Cal Ripken. This is Cal Ripken Jr. And this guy, look at that guy right there. Man, everything you need to know about the 80s is right there. Here's some cards from Upper Deck, the 2006 World Baseball Classic uncut sheet. It's got the Jeets, Andrew Jones, Vinny Castilla, and David Ortiz representing their homelands, with the exception of Vinny Castilla, who was born in the U.S. Mark Hoyle recognized these. These Arco cards. These are 8.5 by 10 or bigger. It's Ken Tatum. This is the Atlantic Richfield 69. So I think 170, and this is 69, right? So that's a 69. Back to 1970. There's Aparicio. These are huge, these cards, and they're pretty cool too. And it came with an amazing frame kit offer for only $449. There is another Aparicio. So I have two of those, and I have two of the Cyberts. More box bottoms. Dale Murphy, Dave Parker, Eddie Murray, and Willie McGee. Dave Parker as a Brewer, Eddie Murray as a Dodger, Willie McGee with the Cardinals, and Dale Murphy as a Philly. Yeah, good photos. Here we go, guys. If you ever want to wrap your hoagies, as they say, and that means what I say it means, here are some wonderful hoagie wrapping apparatus. We have Tug McGraw in the turtleneck. This is not a mock turtleneck. This is full turtleneck. Jim Lonborg, who somebody might tell me what he was famous for, and Dave Cash. And on the other side of your hoagie is another Tug McGraw. Here's a bunch of those micro Nolan Ryan cards from the early 90s, refractors, rejectors, and all that fun stuff. More Nolan Ryan Stife. Going to get to the headliner here in a minute, but here's Rice, Ripken, Schmidt, and Ryan. Not a bad box bottom there. Here's some cards that were made in honor of that wonderful 62 home run breaking season that baseball seems to have forgotten about suddenly. These came in, they have holes in them because they came mounted in these little plaques that had little standoffs that the holes fit right into. Let's see here. This is from, boy, somebody got me this. I don't know who got me this, but it's a nice cartoon of the Indians back in the day. Kind of the Indians legends up to a certain point. Feller Lemon, Frank Robinson. Boy, he was an Indian legend, I guess so. Indians in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Another Nolan Ryan picture. More box bottoms. Here is something that might get Don from Nova all excited. Some Little Debbie presidents. Franklin Pierce, William McKinley, Warren G. Harding. More box bottoms. I wonder what year that's from. Anybody? Here's an uncut Topps Gold sheet. There's a Nolan Ryan in there. Again, part of that Nolan Ryan collection. If it's Nolan Ryan, I promise you folks that I have it. Tim Raines and Don Mattingly hostess panel. And here's some fun stuff, right? Like my favorite band is Pink Floyd. My favorite album is The Wall. And in the movie The Wall, we get a nice shot of Feeling 7 Up with Michael Jack Schmidt doing that right there. But here's Schmidt, Brett, Magic Johnson, and Sugar Ray Leonard, probably from 1980, 81, because we know Magic was a rookie in 79, 80. We know Brett nearly hit 400 in 1980, and Schmidt was the MVP and world champion, and then Sugar Ray was doing his thing. So there's that. Here's a nice little advertisement I bought of Reggie Jackson for Panasonic color TVs. So Reggie having a good old time in the pinstripes, catching Reggie's. He was Ricky Henderson before Ricky, I guess. Reggie was catching Reggie. And you can see on the back here some Cleveland Browns. So this was from a Cleveland Browns program. Andre Newsom is there. Quarterback was Brian Sipe, Mike and Greg Pruitt. I used to love Greg Pruitt. So Clay Matthews, all that fun stuff. So fun stuff there. Here is that uncut, probably Golasso tobacco T206 thing. I have the whole set back there somewhere. It's in a nice little box and all that stuff. All right. So let's see here. Put this stuff away. And I'm going to reveal my big epiphany here in a second. So got a lot of different size cards from different years and stuff like that. Bigger ones don't fit in top loaders. My friend down there in North Carolina sent me a bunch of Card Saver 3s. Well, I figured out a better way to do stuff. So I'm going to go get a box. And put it right there. Look like Card Savers, don't they? Well, I went online, bought a bunch of bought 500 card savers. I'm sorry, 500 top loaders, 4 foot by 6 foot, 4 foot by 6 foot, 4 inches by 6 inches, and decided to start using these for some of the oversized cards from the 70s and stuff like that. So then I thought, how do I store these things, right? So I'm going to make myself big here. How do I store these things? And I was laying in bed one night and I said, I got it. And I woke up the next morning and I made it happen. So here is the 4x6 top loaders, 3,200 count box. And I removed 2 of the dividers. And this is what I have. So what did I do these for? Well, I did these for all these cards that are just a little bit out of different shapes. So here is a 1984 Renato Golassa, Christy Mathewson. Let me get that back on screen here, right? Christy Mathewson. There's old Hannes right there. Morgan Berkeley, he's an executive, as is Ban Johnson. Of course, Ban Johnson, famous for starting the American League, if I'm not mistaken. George Wright and Grover Alexander. So finally found a place to put all these oddball sized cards, and it gets better, as we know, because we have all these fun Topps 1970 supers, right? So they're all there. This was a recent thing. I tried to pick a couple brains of my friends. I've got some, apparently tell me the difference between these are the uncut sheet here, the Johnny benches. So got a Johnny and a Johnny uncut, Seattle Pilots. So anyway, I'm putting them all in these 4x6s because they seem to fit better. And like I said, it's trying to get some of these bigger items so that I can view them more. And now they're sitting back there in boxes, all good and ready to go. So anyway, that's what I came up with there. I'll just show off some of this stuff. There's more. There's football from 70. There's Top Supers from 71. Probably one of my favorite sets of all time is baseball highlights from 1960. So I got my baseball highlight sets in there, right? Oop. I'm sorry, my baseball highlight sets from 1960. And again, we're looking at, this is a normal size card, so good place for these. The baseball highlight set is massive. So, I'm able to look at those now and not worried about them getting all boogered up. Bam, love it. There's that. Of course, sneak peek there that I showed you of the 64 Topps Giants. So all those guys are now snug as a rug in a bug. What else we have? Oh, this is where it gets real groovy, folks. Just to show you how the diversity of these 4x6 top loaders, just to show you what we can do with these things. Here's the 76 Topps basketball set. So we have all that stuff that can store in these guys. These guys do not fit in the Card Saver 3s. The 64 Topps Giants don't fit in there. These exhibit cards don't fit in those. So these 4x6s are pretty good. Just turn them on their sides, get a 3,200 count box, and go for it that way. Of course, we have the early 70s represented with basketball as well. Here's the 70-71 Topps basketball set. I have that all wrapped away, and the 69-70. These guys do fit into the Card Saver 3s, as do the 70-71 basketball. But sure, there's a little extra slop here, but they fit in there good. 70 Topps Supers fit in there good. So pretty thrilled about that. Again, 3,200 count box, rip out 2 of the side dividers, and away we go. So anyway, that was my big revelation this week. And boy, was I happy. and I probably took me a long time to come down from that high, but I'm just starting to return to earth now. I walk down the basement, see this box, and I see the cards in there, and I'm all excited because I could just take them out and look at them anytime. So thrilled about that. I should get to the chat because it'd be rude not to me. I'm going to go backwards. So Drew's telling me I had a good idea. Appreciate that. I could have used more of that growing up, a little more, a little more praise growing up. Probably would have turned out differently. So I appreciate that. Mookie, thank you for your kind words. Great storage ideas. I have never heard Orlando say anything but positive things. So I appreciate that positive, continued positivity from you, Orlando. And it's much appreciated. If you want, I can go through some of the boxes that this stuff came out of because you want $5 for that? Hey, so listen here. These top loaders, I paid $90 for 500 of them. Okay. Now I have a calculator right here. And I'm going to do some on-air live math. So if you do 89 divided by 500, it's about 17 cents a top loader, which isn't bad. But when you consider these cards, I don't have a card in here that's younger than 75, 76. But some of the stuff in here, I know, Scott, if you're here from Stukes, like these might be the way to go. These for your exhibits, right? Like protect those babies and wrap them up good. And again, like I said, it's all right here. You know, it's all right here in this box, and it's like any other box. So I have about 200 of them left. We'll see we'll see where I go with the rest of them, but everything originally came out of this box here, and I would have all my big oversized cards stuffed in there. And I still haven't gotten around to, here's the 84 Donruss Champions set, which is oversized. These would fit in the 4x6s, but then I ask myself, there might be a better way for that. Of course, here's the 84 Donruss All-Stars. Big cards require big plans. And then I have a bunch of other odd size stuff. Here's a Cal Ripken, probably team issue. Billy Smith, Rich Dower, Pat Kelly, Jim Palmer. Here's a big Topps card of Ripken. And then there's a bunch of this junk wax, like knucklehead stuff from that idiot in South Jersey, Ken Golden. Just odd shaped cards that don't fit in any of your boxes. And anyway, there's Card Saver 3 that Chris gave me, but then there's more of these other stupid size things made by Fleer. So there's something in the water in southeastern Pennsylvania, South Jersey. Cal Ripken, this is a 1998 Pro Magnet. I didn't say Cro-Magnon, I said Pro Magnet. Anyway, this is a box of just junk. Here's the 72, a lot of the 72 Topps stamps football. Here's the funny doors. This is actually, these things are pretty expensive, these cards here. I think they're made by Donruss as well. Here's a Babe Ruth playing card. Here's the 72 Topps stamps along with the Trader wallet. So a lot of that stuff in there. If anybody knows anybody named Tracy, I have several Tracy. And the only person I know that spells her name that way with an I was a very famous actress in the mid to late 80s. But here's some great autos. Tracy, all that stuff. Here's Charlie Manuel. Here's another Tracy. This is Bill Barber. He's in the Hall of Fame. Here's a Buck Leonard auto that I put in one of these 4x6s. Here's a Bob Feller auto. All that stuff. So a lot of wacky stuff in there that needs to be have its damage mitigated by handling. So we'll see if I make those things or get those things into these 4x6 jobbers. Bam. Let's see what else I have here. Oh, you want to see some Broders? Man, I got some Broders. Let's see what I got here. Here's a Fugazi Mickey Mantle card. I don't know what that is. If you can identify that, I have a Bill Barber, 2 Tracy autograph for you. Here's a Steve Carlton, Cigna Bank, lefty on the mound. It's 330 down the line there, according to that sign. Let's see. Here's some Fugazi play balls. A fake Reggie rookie, a fake Clemente, and then there's just every fake Nolan Ryan card in existence. And he's even looking at it like there's more. I say, yep, there's more. So I have like I said, I have every. Here's even a Reed Ryan fake card. This one's out of 10,000. This fake card. So these people are dedicated to their fakeness. Texas Heat. I'm guessing that's Mike Scott, right? Yep. Again, if they made a Topps card with Nolan Ryan on it, or if made it Fleer or Donruss or Score, Pinnacle or Upper Deck, I have it in its playing days. I also have the ones that were made off campus. It's a pretty fun card right there, huh? Look at these refractors. Anyway, I have Nolan Ryan in spades, and I am not a Nolan Ryan collector, but you can't get rid of them. So it just it never ends, folks. I have the star set in here. I have everything about Nolan Ryan ever. So there's a nice little fake Roger Maris card. So anyway, that's that. I have some fake Stan Musial cards for you there, Don, and some fake Joe DiMaggio's. But and I have a real live. Oh, this is fun. Got a Juan Samuel card with a Nolan Ryan back. So that's a real card, but done dirty. All sorts of fun stuff in here. Bo Jackson, MVP of something, according to those people who made those cards. Anyway, got all this stuff. Here's a Kevin Stocker autograph, another Kevin Stocker autograph, a Tyler Green autograph. We have stamps. We have everything. So anyway, if you want any fake stuff, I'm your fake stuff pusher, and I got a lot of it. That's for sure. Yeah, I could fight pretty much anybody with Nolan Ryan. Now, there's a lot of people that have more Nolan Ryan cards than me, obviously, but as far as ones that were produced in his playing days, I don't know how many people would have more than me, and I'm not proud of that. I would trade them all for every Yaz card ever made, but I'm not in a position to do that because nobody would do that in their right mind. So that's that. We're done looking at the box. That's an 80-81 Kramer mantle. Okay. I'll have to see if Beckett has that. Beckett probably doesn't have that because they're pretty bad with certain things, surprisingly. Put Kramer 1980-81. Nothing pops up. So again, strikeout. I tried to put most of these into trading card database. I'm sorry, Beckett OPG. They don't fit. They end up in this box, the box of kind of like the box of broken dreams. Yeah, that's that. Everybody, thanks for joining me. Sorry if I rambled on, but I was excited about my 4x6 top loaders, and what a way to go out, man. Discovering a new way to store some stuff that's been giving you problems for many years. So, yeah. Anybody, I'm supposed to go live this weekend sometime with my brothers, probably on Sunday, sometime around the Eagles game, either before to burn off a little energy or afterwards to burn off more energy. So hope to see everybody this weekend. Hope everybody's safe, all that fun stuff, and take care of yourselves, take care of each other, take care of It's Trash Night, and enjoy everything, everywhere, all the time. Let's play a little Led Zeppelin. What do you say?